Human behavior has always been a mystery. Why do people do what they do? Why do they react one way when we expected something else? How do we learn to understand, connect with, enroll, engage, align with people most effectively? Hi, I'm Christine Comerford, founder of Smart Tribes Institute, and welcome to our Smart Tribes Crack the Behavior Code podcast. In each episode, you'll learn practical, easy-to-use tools to better understand and change human behavior. These tools will help your team outperform, out-engage, outsell the competition. In other words, to become a smart tribe. Oh, and you'll find these tools super helpful in your personal life too. Let's go. Hi, I'm Christine Comerford of Smart Tribes Institute. Today, let's talk about secrets and what secrets and having secrets does to your brain. Secrets, we all have them. One of our clients recently had to let an executive go for non-performance reasons. Now, the tricky part was that the executive that needed to be let go was well loved in the organization, and a large number of the employees reported up through his department. So prior to the termination, my client had to, of course, keep a secret of it. He had to self-censor, to watch out what he said to whom and when. He had to be careful not to reveal the secret when long-term plans were discussed that the to-be-terminated executive was not going to be a part of. So at times, our client felt anxious, a little depressed, obsessively thought about it, and felt inauthentic since he had to wait for the right timing to proceed with the termination. He also felt isolated. You've had to keep a secret before. We all have. How did it make you feel? The true cost of keeping a secret? Well, it's not what you think. New research, which we'll have on our show page, reveals the truth behind secrets, and it's not what you'd expect. First, 97% of people have one or more secrets at any given time. But most common is, drum roll please, 13 secrets per person. Whoa! Secrets included workplace secrets like pending terminations or promotions, personal life secrets like surprise parties, engagements, dark or controversial family secrets, you name it. And secrets have different categories, including simple preferences. Maybe you really don't like your mother-in-law's casserole, but you pretend to full-out breaches of trust, like infidelity or even embezzlement. So what does keeping a secret do to your brain? Here are the two biggest problems that I see, and you'll notice when you look at the research that it backs them up too. First, it damages your well-being. Think back to my client. The energy it took to resist, to self-censor, the rumination, right? The repetitive thinking about it, the anxiety and depression in anticipating what would happen when the secret would be revealed, all took an enormous toll on him. And his emotional resilience was reduced significantly. And he noticed he was more irritable. He wasn't sleeping as well, so he was experiencing what we call REM, rip-off, which negatively impacted his behavior further. He didn't have the appropriate amount of sleep and time to reconcile what was happening in his physical life, if you will. Second, it damages your focus and your decision-making. So when you're distracted by a secret, you aren't fully present. Then your cognitive biases will likely take over and you'll have less behavioral choice. You may be telling yourself some scary stories instead of being able to reframe what's happening and how you feel. To make matters worse, you're out of rapport with yourself too. You're not connected to yourself. Part of you is away, if you will. Since you're experiencing the opposite of being mindful, here's what's happening in your brain. Your amygdala is on overdrive. Irritability, quick to drop into fight, flight, freeze. Your hippocampus is compromised due to the stress of excessive cortisol, which then causes excessive cytokines, which then results in learning, memory, immune system compromise. And last, your prefrontal cortex is likely offline a great deal since you're in critter state, fight, flight, freeze, safe or not, dead or not. So your ability to communicate, collaborate, innovate, basically be at your personal best, is down the tubes. So what do? Reveal your secret to a trusted source. Often we hold our secrets close because we have some guilt, shame, blame tangled up with them. Find out which of these is trapping your secret. Our client was feeling guilty about having to let the executive go, as he knew he'd disappoint some of the staff. But for all the others, he'd usher in a new world order, which would be more empowering and more positive. So he was feeling some shame for not having dealt with this sooner as well. And he was also blaming the executive for not fixing the behaviors he had repeatedly asked him to. My client suffered for 2 weeks. Then his wife urged him to call me. When he did, we worked through his painful emotions. We worked through the rumination with some potent brain-based processes so he could reestablish, reconnect rapport with himself and to create a positive outcome for the situation. So once his well-being was considerably restored, we could move on to strategy. Who he'd talk with when, key messages to keep everybody calm when they heard the termination news. So when you reveal the secret, it loses its power over you. Then you can brainstorm, you can get an unbiased perspective, you no longer feel excluded or isolated from others. The net secrets cause isolation and hurt us emotionally. They also affect our performance, focus, decision-making ability. Share your challenging secret. Get a fresh perspective. Stop suffering. What secrets do you have? What story are you telling yourself that keeps you isolated by those secrets? Go to our show page. We have a few things for you that will help. We've got a cognitive bias infographic, an exclusion infographic, and what stress, change, and isolation do to your brain infographic, all, of course, with tools. You know what we're going to put up there too? Maneuvers of consciousness, because maneuvers of consciousness are a great way to move through a painful experience. That's probably what you're keeping your secret about. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. Go to smarttribesinstitute.com if you want to learn more about our executive coaching, workshops, and Beyond Your Brain retreat. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for joining me on this episode. Every listen, every share, every review helps others form their own smart tribes where teams are engaged, happy, and optimally performing. Together, you and I can help millions of people crack the behavior code in their organizations, families, and communities. I invite you to take 2 minutes and head over to smarttribesinstitute.com to discover more about how to form a smart tribe. See you there, and please tell your friends.